This is NDTV and you're watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome to the Property Show. We bring you the latest news in the real estate sector and also the best property picks in your budget, in your chosen markets. And to help us do that, we have Nemanisa Khan, Head Research and Consultancy South of Lysis Forest with us. Welcome to the show, Neman. But before Neman answers any of your questions, let's take a look at what we have for you in the show today. Venkaiah Naidu talks tough, urges states to set up regulator by July 31st. A look at how the property markets of South Indian cities performed in the first half of 2017. Also, what are your options in the IT city Bangalore in a crore plus budget? We cover the affordable property markets of Hyderabad. Well-lived-in sectors of central Noida for homes in a budget of 60 lakhs. With the National Housing Bank considering to introduce lock-in period for home loans, we ask our expert, is it beneficial to switch your loan to a bank offering the lowest rates? Minister for Urban Development and Housing Venkaiah Naidu has once again urged states to set up regulatory authority and notify the rules for proper implementation of RERA, the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act. So far, 21 states have notified the rules and only Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh have set up regulators. Key states such as Haryana and Uttar Pradesh are yet to notify final rules. July 31st is the date by when all states have to set up the regulator and notify the rules.
What I am saying is RERA, this 30th July, everybody has to fall in line. All the states has to approve rules and regulations. They have to notify the rules and they have to also appoint a regulator and also they have to appoint a appellate regulating authority also by 30th July. I have been constantly following up with the chief ministers. I wrote to them 2 letters. Today my 3rd letter is going, final letter, reminding them the need to fulfill these obligations which are there on the part of the states. And as per the act passed by the parliament, the states are mandated to frame rules and regulations and also appoint regulator and also appoint the appellate authority also. So I hope that the states also will understand. Much of the states have already fallen in line. The other states also will follow the same.
The end of 2016 has been full of turbulence for India's real estate sector. The scene is no different in the first half of 2017 as new launches declined by 41% across top 8 cities in India, according to Knight Frank. Let's take a look at how did the prominent property markets of South India fare in the first half of 2017. A report by Smita TK.
We're just halfway through 2017 and for India's real estate, the journey so far has been quite tumultuous. The industry is still coming to terms with the aftermath of demonetization, implementation of Real Estate Regulatory Act in states, and the game-changing tax reform undertaken since independence, GST. For real estate in South India, it has been a rollercoaster ride. The bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh and the state government's bullish approach for industrial and IT development fueled better growth in Hyderabad as compared to its peers so far. But this year has been a big shocker. 55% dip in launches and no movement in the price scale. Kochi, however, is showing some promise with the recently launched metro likely to breathe a new lease of life into city's real estate. With smart city plans on track and the city gaining traction as a tourist hotspot, experts are betting big.
Kochi's, especially residential real estate, is largely driven by NRI demand. I think only about 30 to 40% comes from the inherent demand. But to answer your question, I think Kochi, if you see in the last 2 years, there has been good infrastructure development. One of the first Tier 2 city to have metro operational, And there is under construction IT SEZ, which is going to create close to 70,000 job opportunities. So for a city to grow stronger in real estate, it's extremely important to create jobs. I think Kochi also should fall in line. Probably it's only a question of time.
After years of calling Chennai as the lowest performing, a streak of recovery finally. 14% growth in sales, 5% growth in demand. The commercial space is yet to see the light of dawn. 4% dip in transactions, an indifference to attract investment, increase jobs, and the present political instability has got many worried. Added on trouble is the increase in registration fees, acute shortage in sand supply, halted construction work.
For the last 1 month, there is no work at any construction site because of the sand shortage. The requirement for Chennai alone is around Tamil Nadu is 40,000 loads, but we are getting only 4,000 loads, and also some of the loads are going to the other states, which is not being held here. Because of that, the construction activity has come to already standstill, and 15 lakhs laborers are under trouble, and they are not able getting their daily wages, and our progress we have committed to our customers, certain progress which we are not able to achieve because of the sand issue.
Tamil Nadu government, in the meanwhile, is taking steps to streamline the approvals so that benefits can be passed on to the customers.
With the technology and guidelines now coming, being reduced, the land prices may become reasonable. Because the expectations of the people, the landowners, had been vis-a-vis the guideline. So now the guidelines have been reduced, so the people may negotiate with them.
Until recently, a resilient residential market, Bengaluru is now feeling the heat. Launches are lagging behind by 42% and sales by 19%. Experts are hoping with the already completed metro rail and launch of Smart City project, things will turn around. Even on the office front, the city has seen a decline of 5% of transactions, clearly losing out due to dearth of ready office spaces and stiff competition from Hyderabad. The government aims at providing housing for all by 2020. But currently there is an acute shortage of urban housing, and 95% of that is constituted by affordable housing. Good news is that we see concerted efforts by South builders to push for quality, affordable housing. In Chennai, with camera person Sukumar and Edwin, Smita TK for NDTV.
And now it's time to answer your questions, and our first caller, Anurag Anand, is on air with us right now. Anurag, go ahead and ask your question.
Hello. So my question is, I'm looking to buy a property with a premium builder in Bangalore, and I'm looking to buy a property with good amenities. So I have shortlisted Soha Silicon Oasis. My budget is around 1.1 crore. So I just want to know, how is the property on the basis of the price appreciation in the medium term? Or also, is it more better to invest in North Bangalore than in the South Bangalore?
Sure. So, Nemun, let's first zero down on the area. What do you think about Hosa Road, where he is shortlisted Silicon Oasis? Do you think it's a good micro market?
Well, I think in terms of micro market, it is very strategic in its location because its proximity to Sarjapur Road, Electronic City, and entire IT stretch on the outer ring road. It's pretty decent. And the price point also of this area on an average is around 4,894 rupees per square foot. And specifically this project, it is located, in fact, it is located off Hosa Road. It is on the Central Jade Road towards the Hosur Road itself. So the connectivity of this particular project from Hosur Road, Electronic City, and to the Outer Ring Road, to Silk Board, to JP Nagar, all those areas is very good for this particular project. I think that's one of the reasons why they are also charging a premium over the market. If you look at the livability barometer, this location would score on a medium on a score of 3. The rental yield, however, of this location is very decent because of the proximity to so many IT parks, Robert Bush being right next to the project. It's around 3.5 to 4.5% on an average. And if you look at the price outlook, then yes, the prices seemingly have productivity, and looking at the rental yield also, you can expect a moderate rise in price in the future. Currently, the annualized returns has been around 1.2% for this particular micro market of Hosur Road, Basapura area. I would suggest that if you're looking at this area, there are a couple more micro markets within this, large suburb of South Bangalore in the similar price points that you can look at. You can look at the Outer Ring Road, Adarsh Junction area with towards the Boganhalli side. The average price out here is around 5,598 rupees per square foot, whereas on the location barometer in the livability index, it would be rated slightly high on a score of 5. The rental yield is again same comparative to Hosur Road in the range of 3.5 to 4.5%, again because of the proximity of a lot of IT locations. Further, if you look at the price outlook, again the price outlook is decent because the rental yields are good, so you can expect moderate increase in prices in this area. Currently, the annualized returns of this area is around 2.2%. And another area that you can look into is Harlur Road area, which is further slightly south. In fact, it's closer to the Hosur Road. The average price, however, of this area is slightly high. It's around 6,000 rupees per square foot. In terms of, there are a lot of projects actually coming up in this area, so there is a slightly, you can see a shift in the demographic in this area. The livability barometer would score this particular area on a medium, but on a score of 4. Rental yield is average. I would say it is in the range around 3.5%. The price outlook, if you look at, then again the price might see a certain downside pressure because the rental yields are not very productive in this area. But having said that, in the last 3 years, the price appreciation has been around 3.2%, but the similar trend may not continue. So I think even these two locations are something that you can look at, and we've picked 2 more projects for you in these locations. You can look at East Point, which is in Boganhalli on the Outer Ring Road, Adarsh Junction. It's a ready-to-move-in project, but it's priced slightly high. But again, it's a branded developer, very good amenities. It has a beautiful view of the Adarsh Palm Retreat Villas. I think this will be a decent project to consider if you're looking at a good rental yield as well. And then we've picked up Shriram Chirping Woods in Harlur Road. Now, Shriram Chirping Woods is something that you might get in a reasonable price. It is on the Harlur Road, and it is still under construction. The completion will be around 2018 or so. So you may be able to cut down on the ticket size a little bit. Okay. But any which ways, we will give you a go-ahead for Shobha Silicon Oasis.
Okay, so let's quickly take a closer look at the 2 projects that Nemun is suggesting apart from your own chosen project. First up is East Point, and the price that you'll have to pay in this particular project is 7,400 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 2.5 BHK apartment is 1,360 square feet. This is a ready-to-move-in property available in resale market. The other option that we've got for you is Shriram Chirping Woods. This particular project is retailing at 5,200 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 3 BHK apartment is 1,620 square foot. And this project, if you want to buy, you can get it from the developer directly as it's under construction. Let's go ahead and take our next caller on air. We have Neeraj Aitha with us. Neeraj, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, actually, I'm looking for 2 BHK apartment in Kompally, Hyderabad area.
Okay. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you suggest me some few ongoing projects which will be completed by January?
Okay. And your budget is 30 lakhs.
Budget is 25 to 35 lakhs.
Okay, fine. So, Nemun, he prefers Kompally area in Hyderabad, and budget is, as he said, 25 to 35 lakhs. So, something good that is of the configuration of 2 BHK in this area that you can get for him?
Certainly, Anjali. I think the price point which he is looking at, it might be slightly, he might be able, he may have to consider a slightly compact 2 BHK within Kompally. The average price of this area is around 3,000 rupees per square foot. And I would say that if you're looking at this area as an end user perspective, then it's a very decent area to consider because it's not very congested. It's very green in nature. It's actually located in the northern part of Secunderabad, and there are a lot of educational institutions, commercial establishments, retail establishments in and around. So if you look at the location barometer here, livability wise, the location is rated very high, and rental yield of this area on the other hand is average because there is not much floating population. It's basically an end user driven market. So if you look at comparatively the pricing outlook of this area, I would say there would be a downside pressure on the pricing right now because of the inventory overhang. The annualized returns also in the past has been almost stagnant for the past 3 years. So I would say that if you're looking at from an end user perspective, then it's a decent area to consider. And in terms of prices, I think we have tried to select projects around Kompally area itself. They might be slightly off. You can look at ARK Homes. It's a ready to move in project. It's located near the Santosh Biswal Cafe on the Turakkapalli road, which is little off from Kompally road. Then also you can look at Aparna Canopy Tulip. Now the USP of this project is that it's a 72-acre township. It's a huge township and it has a lot of other facilities within the township. This project is near the Apparel Park Road and the completion date for this is 2018. And the third project that we have listed down is Sky Garden. Sky Garden is located very close to the KVR function hall on Kompally Road itself. And this is something that you might even get in the resale market. It's already a complete project. So even this might be a decent option to consider.
Okay, so let's quickly take a closer look at these projects. First is ARK Homes, and the price here is 2,500 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 2 BHK apartment is 1,075 square feet. The other option for you is Aparna Canopy Tulip, and the price here is 2,925 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 2 BHK apartment is 930 square feet. And the third option is Sky Garden. Here you have to pay 3,000 rupees per square foot, and in case you buy a 2 BHK, the size you get is 1,078 square feet. So these are the three options that Nemun is suggesting to you. Now, before we move on, we would just like to remind you that in case you are planning to buy any property, then you must write to us at property@ndtv.com. But please don't forget to leave your full name and contact number so that our team can get in touch with you. Let's go ahead and take our next caller on air. We have Kapil Solanki with us right now. Kapil, go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening, Anjali. My question is, what can I get in a budget of between 25 to 30 lakhs in Virar West? Can I get a 2 BHK?
Okay, so it seems you've revised your budget a little bit because when you sent us the email, it was 35 to 40 lakhs.
Yes, and it is 35 to 40, and I just wanted to also know that can I get a 2 BHK in 25 to 30 also?
Okay, so that completely changes the research that we've done for you. Let me put it across to Nemun. Nemun, the budget that we had earlier was 35 to 40 lakhs and he wanted something which would be, delivered within a year. So, can you, you've got something that is only fitted in that, or do you have any other options as well?
Actually, we've done some research, so I will share the price points with him. Okay. There's one project in which he may get a compact 2 BHK, but the other projects on the average in the Virar market, he might have to go for a 1 BHK, which will be of a decent size. But very few developers are actually giving this compact 2 BHK, so I'll just take him through the data points and we'll go forward with the query. The average price, like I said, in the micro market is 4,456 rupees per square foot. If you look at Virar West as a location, I would say in the location barometer, it is rated very high in terms of its infrastructure because it's a well-established social and physical infrastructure. The connectivity from the western suburb is also pretty decent. It's an affordable segment. The rentals in this area are also very good. the rental yields are ranging from 3.5 to 4.5%, which means that the prices are going to be productive in the near future, and you can definitely expect a decent appreciation going forward from here. In the last 3 years, however, because of a huge inventory overhang and the market still being in the very early stage of development, the annualized returns has been 0.1%. But going forward, I'm sure that Virar will see an upward swing in the prices as well. Now coming specifically to your projects, I think we have picked up 3 projects, out of which in one project you can look for a compact 2 BHK. For a 1 BHK, you can consider Paradise Park, which is a ready to move in option. This is near the Viva College, opposite Cherry on the Top restaurant, which is very famous in Virar West. Then the second project that we picked up is Sri Shakun Greens, which is on the Chikkal Dongri road. In this project, you might get 1 BHK and 2 BHK compact, which might suit your requirement and your budget as well. In fact, the completion date for this is this year itself. Few towers are already ready to move in, while some towers are on the finishing stages, which might get completed by the end of this year. And the third one that we have picked is Zeel Regency, again on Chikkal Dongri road itself. This is opposite Raj Viva Maitri in Virar West itself, and this is slightly in the mid stages of construction. This project might get completed in 2018 or so, and here I think again you will get a 1 BHK in the kind of budget that you are looking at. So I think if you want to look for a 2 BHK, stick to Sri Shakun Greens, or up your budget a little bit by 5 lakhs or so, and then you'll be able to afford it.
Okay, so I hope this helps you, and to give you a better picture, let's take a closer look at these projects and their prices so that you can make your decision and even decide on your budget. First is Paradise Park, and the price you'll have to pay is 4,600 rupees per square foot, and 1 BHK over there has a size of 695 square feet. This is a ready to move in project which is available in the resale market. The other project that we've got for you is Sri Shakun Greens, and the price here is 3,550 rupees per square foot. Unit size for a 2 BHK apartment is 935 square feet. This is also available from the developer. And the last project that we are suggesting is Zeel Regency, and the price here is 4,500 rupees per square foot. Unit size for 1 BHK is ranging from 670 to 690 square foot, available from the developer. So you can choose from any of these projects and choose your size also, so that it fits in your budget. It's time for a short break now. When we come back, our expert will answer all your home loan related queries.